Hello, can you guys believe that next year is 2024? I can't wrap my hands on that, but right now, all I'm thinking about is what is it going to be? What are my dreams? What are the things that I want to achieve? My expectations? Because I know for sure so much has happened. I know that some people who've had like the worst year and they lost their loved ones, but for me, I have chosen to start now to think about those words that I'm going to use next year. For example, confident, grateful, available, consistent, loving, kind. Those are the things that I'm choosing to define my life as. I'm not saying that everyone had a good year. Some people really had rough time, but you have to think about the new and let go of the old. And everything that is holding you back, those are the things that we're going to talk about, and we're going to make sure they're going to, be like the last thing we're going to think about. The truth is, like, life is not easy, but we have to choose to have like a positive mindset on things. And today we're just going to talk about the things that we're going to leave and not allow cross the next year with us, because our minds are going to be determined, because we are going to focus on strength, joy, peace, and happiness. So my name is Petra Odeta, and in this channel I do videos on faith, relationship, and lifestyle, and I'm so glad to be here today. Thank you to everyone who keeps coming back and watching this video. Some of you have really busy schedules. I have some of my friends who really are busy, but they take their time. And if it's your first time here, thank you so much. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. So we are going to go directly to talk about the things that we are going to leave behind, because they never helped us in 2023. And straight to the point, one of the things is we're leaving behind the habit of not investing on our spiritual lives. Guys, let me tell you, God is everything that we need. When the world leaves you hanging, the only person who will come to your rescue is God. I have seen God take me through things that I thought I would not even be able to get myself out of. Salvation is one of the most amazing things that you can invest in your life. So I don't know what that looks like for you. Some people, maybe next year you just have to read your Bible more, pray more, like separate yourself from the world and just focus on the things of God, because the fact that you are a child of God means that your life is different. We have to kill the flesh and work more on our spiritual life, because one thing about the flesh is that it gets us into trouble. Most times when you're dealing with the flesh, you find yourself arrogant, you find yourself a little bit not focused on what you want in life. You're touchy, you don't like to be corrected. That's why we need to focus on our spirituality. And the other thing is that the work of salvation is something that will never go in vain. As long as you invest in God, there is always something you gain from it. And the truth of the matter is that He is the cornerstone. God is the one that holds all things together. So you need to focus and ensure next year is not like this year. If you really never took time to just be in the presence, then you need to, because we are spirit beings and this life is spiritual. The thing about life is that you're going to deal with people, and people sometimes can be a little bit hostile. And for you to be a spirit being, it means that you're going to react to things and act on things in a spiritual way, and that will help you in so many ways. The thing about salvation, the Bible says that work on your salvation. Work on your salvation. You need to work out your salvation, because if you don't, the devil will do the work. It's so funny how the devil works double time to just destroy us, and we don't even do nothing. So you need to work hard to ensure that your spiritual life is alive and you're growing and you're maturing in the things of God, because the devil is very good at pretending like he's not there and he's not aware of what is happening, but he knows everything. So we need to gear up that next year. Let it be when you start. I know we are making plans, we're like, oh, these are my goals, I want to achieve this, but in your list, let the number one thing be investing in the Lord. That is building an altar, giving in church, doing ministry. For me this year, I've really done ministry. I've been in church, in choir. I've taken some responsibilities in church. And for me, the secret that I've realized is that stay in the house of the Lord. Stay right there, because the moment you get out, the moment you sneak out, you're giving the devil, the ability to attack you, and that's what he wants. So right in his presence is where you get your peace, your strength to be able to achieve whatever you want to achieve. God is our Father. He will never leave nor forsake us. That's what the Bible says. We're the ones actually who choose to walk away from him, but it says that his arms are always stretched wide for us. We are welcome to his presence. If you feel like you failed in this year, next year be determined. Just don't be a lukewarm Christian. And don't allow condemnation to make you feel like you're nothing. No. Sometimes we just tell ourselves that we have sinned and we have fallen short of his glory. Yes, it's good to realize that, but also understand that you are a child of God. Know that in your internal being, because the devil hates when you know your identity. So let next year be a year of salvation. Most times January people are fasting. Take time, fast. 21 days fast. The done you fast and invite God to your life. Let it be the center of your life and every plan that you're going to make next year. The other thing is, we're going to leave behind the shame and embarrassment that we have faced this year. Because let's say for embarrassment, sometimes we're embarrassed not because of what people think about us, but because of the fear of how people perceive us, or how we want people to perceive us. I, for one, yes, starting a YouTube channel, there's a way I want people to perceive me, but I don't think everyone's going to perceive me that way. But at certain points in life, just laugh off things and stop replaying what happened to you in your mind. No, you need to move forward, because the thing about moving forward is that it helps you grow. It helps you learn from those experiences. And sometimes we're just in our heads, because sometimes we're embarrassed not because of what people think of us, but what you think about yourself. And when we talk about shame, shame is tricky, because with shame, it makes you feel low, it makes you feel worthless, and most times you just find yourself lost. But shame sometimes can lock you in a place of just self-doubt, and you become an emotional wreck. But the thing is, for you to move forward past all those things, in order for you to grow and mature, you have to make sure that you're not going to allow the things define you. Stop judging yourself. Don't be a prisoner of your past. Move past things. If you're going to achieve things in next year, you have to make sure that you're not going to hold yourself back. Or maybe people are going to say things, and sometimes you're feeling embarrassed and ashamed of things that people actually think of you, but in actual sense, that is not even you. You need to know yourself more and be in control of your mind and your heart. That's the only way you're going to survive in this world. So next year, if you're going to continue feeling like maybe you want to people please, you want to act a certain way because that's how you want people to perceive you, then you're not being real to yourself. You have to believe that what happened to you doesn't define you. Because if you carry this shame and embarrassment to next year, you're not going to achieve what you want to achieve. So let's learn to content ourselves, our future, and not allow what is, whatever happened to hold us back. You're not the center of the universe, and people are not even maybe fixated on you. It's just you thinking that people are really people are so busy, and it's even worse that people have their own issues. So when you begin to think that, oh, I'm ashamed because I saw me doing this, so I feel low, I'm doubtful of doing it again. People have moved on. So learn to just let go of things. Always think of the next phase, because you might be holding yourself back and no one even cares. No, that's why you see me every time when I come to YouTube and do my videos. I want to improve, I want to grow, I want to do that. That's all that matters. Maybe from my mistakes, I want to learn from them. But if I really cared about what people might think, then I don't think I would be here doing these videos, because you're not going to please everyone. That's one thing you need to know. So please don't carry the shame, that embarrassment, literally, and learn whatever you learned and messed you up, and just move forward. Life is a process, and in the process you're going to fail, you're going to fall down, but believe that you have the capacity to be what you want to be. But don't put yourself in pressure, and learn to forgive yourself. Learn to give yourself grace. If the things that happen and maybe you're the one who caused them, or other people caused those things to happen to you, just learn to give yourself a tap and say it's going to be okay. Next year it's going to be a beautiful year, and we're going to go work harder than we have done it this year. That's why you say, I really had, like, I wanted to achieve certain things this year, but it didn't work the way I wanted it to work. But let me tell you, I'm trying, and I'm telling God that, God, I'm not going to allow myself to feel guilty, shame, and embarrassment. Next year is another year, and I'm going to kick it off. Do all the things that I need to do to be the best version of myself, but not carrying shame, guilt, embarrassment. No. We are not going to do that next year, because we are bigger than our past. It won't define us. We are also going to leave behind toxic people. In this world, there are toxic people, and they're in two categories. One, the ones you know, and the ones you don't know. Like for me now, I'm on social media. Definitely, there are people who are going to have opinions about my life. And there's also the ones, your friends, your family, the people you're in a relationship with. Some of them can really be toxic. And the thing about toxic people is that they prey so much on your weaknesses, and that's why you need to cut some of them off. I know it's hard. Some of them are like your family members, your parents, and when it comes maybe to those that most times, just make sure you have boundaries aligned that they have to follow. Set boundaries, because if you don't, they are going to mess you up. For you to be able to grow, you have to have a certain mindset. And if you're around people who are negative, people who want to pull you down, you're not going to grow. The thing about this kind of people is that most times they're not happy when you're growing or when you're achieving things. That is how bad it gets. And the only way that you're going to survive them is one, for your life. If you know that these friends who are really messing you up, don't give them your attention, because the moment you give them your attention, they are going to really use whatever information you give them to actually attack you. One thing that I've realized sometimes, there are those gatherings when you're maybe with your friends, and there are people just say things that are not even worthy saying, and maybe they know that when they say that it's going to inflict pain on you, and they keep saying. Sometimes I keep quiet. I don't answer you. I don't give you, the reason to. I don't feed your ego. I just keep quiet and watch you, and literally that works. When you don't feed their ego, they will just keep quiet. Stay away from friends who literally don't build you up. Friends who give you negative energy, and also people who just are good at talking about others. If you have friends and all they do is talk about other guys, that is very negative and not good for your energy, because sometimes, as long as you are in a room full of people who don't appreciate others, you're going to be the same person. So toxic people are not going to help you grow. I want to tell you, the Bible says love your neighbor as you love yourself, but I feel like some people, it's just good to love them while they're far from you. I'm not saying just drop all your friends and don't try to maybe talk to them. At a certain point, talk to people, but sometimes toxic people, it doesn't matter how much you talk to them, they are going to continue doing the same thing. So how about you just help yourself? Let me tell you, you write your story. You know what you want in your life. You either feed yourself with positive things or just keep yourself around negative people. You don't have to please anyone. Your life is in your hands. You determine what you want for next year. So if you're going to be with friends who are mostly, let me say this to Christians, if you know you are Christian and your friend is not Christian, and all they do is make you listen to world music, the life that they literally connect you to is not helping your spiritual growth. You know, the Bible actually clearly says don't be yoked to non-believers. So if you're Christian, your friends should be those people you sit and talk about the things of God. I have friends that whenever we talk or when we're seated, sometimes it's always God we are talking about. We are building each other. So those are the kind of relationships that you want. So as long as someone is not adding value into your life, I don't think you need to keep them. Sometimes just keep quiet. The best way to deal with toxic people is to ignore them. Because when you do that, they love where there's reaction. You know, they love, that's where they feast from. So don't give them reactions. Don't just let them go. And you see, they go look for another place to cause chaos. And don't give them attention because they strive on that. That's where they strive on. Don't yell at them, don't scream, don't argue with them, because when you do that, you give them importance, and not only that, you literally give them the power over you. You know, and the only thing you can do is make them feel insignificant. Don't give them your time, because they're only waiting for your reaction so that they can pound on that. But you're not going to give them that, because when you get the intelligence, they will die in their own movie. I mean, like, do your things, let them see you posting your things, enjoying your life, and then, oh my God, you know, do you have those friends who be like, hey mama, you're having fun, you didn't even tell us, hey mama, you have bad manners, hey mom, you're enjoying your life, hey mama, people now married, they don't want to know about others, there are those, but you're toxic. I'm not carrying you over to 2024. Try to be a good friend. Try to be a good family member. I know we are going to go like back home for holidays, and then like you have those cousins who don't think about what they're saying. They will just say, they don't care whether you're going to hurt about what they say. No, they will just say, they call themselves, I'm outspoken, me, I'm straightforward. Girl, those people are toxic. So just make sure the best thing you can do for yourself is just stay away from them, far away from them. So let's talk about procrastination. Let me tell you, that is one thing that I have dealt with, and it's a very bad thing. I tend to procrastinate most of the times and doubt myself, because sometimes I'm an overthinker. I overthink things, but this year has really gone. But I'm saying to myself, next year I'm going to be a person who's going to focus more on like proactive, approach to achieve my goals, because I know sometimes there are things that I've tried to do and I've failed, and it makes me frustrated, it makes me so sick and tired, and it causes me stress. And most times it's just easy to say, okay, I'll do it the next day. I really don't care. I'll do it the next day, and that just becomes a habit. Yet in actual sense, it's just a fear for failure. We fear to fail so much that we tend to give up on things that are actually helpful for us. You see, I think we need to start viewing failure as a stepping stone to achieve even much, because that's the only way we're going to achieve whatever we want in life. Life is hard. Life is so hard, but one thing I know, that as long as you're going to keep postponing things in your life, you're not going to be able to have a taste of what it feels like, let's say, to get there. Because sometimes it's good to see other people achieve stuff and you're like, oh, I want to be like that person, but you don't know their journey. That's why when you're a procrastinator, you find yourself in the same level because you're not trying anything. So don't limit yourself. just go for things, believe and trust yourself. I know sometimes I remember there's a day I remember actually when I wanted to start my YouTube channel. I was so doubtful because I really cared what people were going to say, what it would look like for me. But I remember making up my mind and I'm like, yo, girl, you're going to do this. You're going to learn how to edit. You're going to learn everything concerning YouTube. And here I am right now doing, what I love to do. And I just bless God. And if you are that kind of person who is always scared, of doing stuff that you love, next year please just go for it. You can do it. There's nothing you can just achieve from nowhere. You have to go through the process for you to be able to achieve something. So procrastination, we are leaving you behind. You're just going to be like a headless chicken. Just move, just focus, be proactive, work until you get there. Because if you keep postponing, people will keep going ahead of you, and you'll be there just telling yourself, I don't want to fail, I don't want to be stressed, and say, I don't like stress. So if you don't like stress, then you remain where you are. But for us who are ready to say that next year I'm going to be a preacher, I'm going to write a song, I'm going to start my YouTube channel, next year I want to start a business, everything has failures. There is nothing in this world that comes with perfection. So we are imperfect beings. So for us to achieve things, we have to just blindly do them. Not just, but I think you get what I'm saying.
So far, Mike itself decided to tell me it's time to stop. But guys, thank you so much for sticking around and watching until the end. And please don't forget to like this video, because the algorithm really loves it when you like. My video gets to be seen by many people. But thank you for sticking around, being family, and I hope everything that I said resonates with you. And maybe, my prayer, my whole goal for this channel is that, someone maybe listens and is like, yeah, I get what you're saying, and implements that. So also I'm going to do a part 2 because there's more to share. But don't forget to comment below. I would really love to read your comments and know what you think about whatever I'm doing. It really matters. But above all, I bless God for you guys, and I am telling you now, bye. See you in the next video. Love you with the love of God. Bye. Hey. Don't mind me. Oh, okay.